Hey now friends, welcome to Bruce Games Rides. I'm Bruce, and we're back with another 5 Parsecs from Home video, episode 4. We're playing through the DLC of the Trailblazers Toolkit, and this is campaign turn 3. So here we are, episode 4. Today we're drinking All Hallows Treat from Omegang Brewery. It's really sweet, pretty tasty, but definitely not going to have more than one of those. We've set up the table today. We are fighting off a bunch of mercenaries. The mining guilds asked us to come help out. And so we've got our Mines Corp is involved. We've got some Infinity terrain. We've got the Shanty Town terrain set from Battle Systems. And a few other things in from Infinity. And then we'll be playing against some Infinity models. These are Yu Jing, along with Shona Carano, who's the leader. We've got 3 mercenaries that are using military rifles. 1 specialist has a rattle gun. The rattle gun is a 3-shot machine gun. Actually, that's this guy. And then Shona Carano, the leader, she's got a machine pistol and a blade. On our side of the table, we've got Eli, Don Winslow, Grom, Evelyn Scarfix, Watts, and our Captain Mac Bolin. A couple of interesting things for today. This is a secure mission. We need to get within 2 inches of the center of the table. This is 2 inches on the corners. And what that means is if we get here, down here, here, that's 2 inches, or we climb these ladders on each side, get up on top of this, you're always within 2 inches there. So that effectively is the 2 inch. If I get a team member within 2 inches of center for 2 consecutive rounds, we win, as long as there is no enemy within 6 inches of whichever character I have there. Now the extra piece here, we've rolled up a few things pre-roll. And a notable sight happened on our pre-roll. And this is a special loot cache. And with the rolls that we made on the loot cache table, there are 2 damaged items. Now, we rolled a random directional off of the center of the table. 2 dice 6 plus 2. Ended up being 10 inches, and the direction was this way off the table. And so this actually, these are the 2 items here. It's effectively right here where this green box is. So if we get within contact of this container, right around this space here, then we'll have looted the 2 items. We got lucky. It should be pretty easy to do at the start of this. The 2 items are pretty cool. We rolled up a screen generator and a robo rabbit's foot. Now we have to loot them, and then we need to bring them back and then repair them. And that'll be after the round. We'll see how that goes. Now, some extra things that happened pre the start of this match. We've leveled up our team a bit. I know we had in the post-battle rolls, we had a few things going on. There's a few things that we've cleaned up, but we'll talk about it here. We currently are at 18 credits. We have 11 story points. Got +1 rumors, 3 patrons, 1 rival. Still figuring out when these are going to come into play, based off going through the DLC. Mac Bolin, he leveled up his toughness. Sorry for the blurriness here. But he's now up to toughness 4. And he has 2 remaining XP. Evelyn also is leveled up on her combat +1, 3 toughness, 5 speed, and she has 5 XP. So she's getting really close to leveling up. If she can survive and we win this match, she'll level up again. One of the key items. Don Winslow leveled up his toughness. So he is at a 4. Eli, we've leveled up his speed. Went from 5 to a 6. Also learned something that we've been incorrectly doing, I believe, for the first couple of rounds. Because he's a Hulker, he does not add on any combat bonus when he's shooting. It's only for melee combat. So going forward, when he shoots, we're treating this as a 0. So he gets no bonuses to his 2-hit. But if he goes in melee combat, he gets the +1, and he is carrying a blade. He gets +3. Grom, we also leveled up. He leveled up previously as Combat 1, but now he's at level 4 toughness. And then Watts is still the same. A couple of other key items during the pre-rolls of the world. We are deciding to travel. That's part of the DLC campaign turn. And it's free. We had a travel event, which was time to read a book. And 3 crew members earn one experience point. We random rolled it, and that was Evelyn, Eli, and Don. So that also helped bump up their XP coming into this round. And then what else? On the world arrival steps, we rolled the license fee. There is no license fee for the world. The world name, we used the random table in the Trailblazers toolkit for Allenby 2 is what we rolled up. It's a battle zone based off of the scenario description. We did get a trait of restricted education. Now what that means is at the end of this round, if we try to go for advanced training, we have to roll a 6+ in order for that to be successful. And other worlds, it's a lot easier to do that. But here it's a 6+. And again, there's no fees if we stay on this planet for a while and do any patron missions. There's no fees for doing what we're doing. And that's about it for the world. What else do we have here? Ship upkeep. We paid the 1 credit, which is a normal thing to do. And then we were at a debt originally at 34. Our ship that we rolled up during our initial start of our characters it's a retired troop transport, which also includes emergency drives. 34 was the debt. Paid it down 10, so that took us down to 24, and then you get a +1 for the turn, so it's at 25 is what our current debt is. That's why we're at 18 credits. We also, during the pre-rolls and the tasks, one of the tasks, we were able to trade an item, which was actually pretty cool, because we traded one of the damaged vests, and we got 5 credits for it. So that bumped up our creds. We also scored a plasma rifle. That was during an explore. We found a merchant and rolled up a purchase, and it was a plasma rifle. So the plasma rifle, what I decided to do was we moving the plasma rifle over to Don Winslow. And now we have 3 plasma rifles on our team. Don, Evelyn, and Watts. Grom has the auto rifle. I've moved the flak gun over to Eli. Eli is still going to carry the military rifle. He has his blade for melee combat, but because he gets no range benefit or 2-hit when he's shooting, the flak gun, the goal is to get him within the 6-inch range. And then he's either blasting the flak gun. The flak gun is a combat shotgun, and what it does is you get 2 shots. But if you roll a natural 6 on either of those shots, it counts as 2 hits, each of the 6s. So if you roll 2 6s, you have 4 hits. Basically exploding dice on top of whoever it is that gets in his way. And then if he misses, he's in close enough to go into brawling the next time, and he's ready to throw down with his +3 on that. What we're facing is a mercenary crew that is in the tactical AI mode, and they will attempt to stay within 3 inches of friendly figure whenever possible. They are set up in cover. We only have 5 characters, so we've got two teams side by side, 1 team here, another team over here. The leader's over here by herself, and then they are in cover. What's also one of the pre-rules for this mission is that they start in cover. So, all right, that is our setup. This is our table. We will be rolling to start at a -1, seize the initiative. So normally we would get +2 from our Watts, our bot, who has 2 savvy. So we'll -1 on that. So we will be doing a roll +1. We are trying to get a 10+. And that's a 10 + 1, 11. So we do seize the initiative, which means we get to move before they do. Pretty nice. Let's go. All right, so seize the initiative. That means we get to move first. You can shoot. We're just looking at the table now. I don't have any line of sight. But if you do shoot during seize the initiative, it's done with, you can only hit on a natural 6. So we are not going to be shooting at anybody. We will be moving. Eli, we just recently bumped up to 6 movement. He can easily hit that container. If he dashes, he can go up to 8. And what I think I'm going to do is just do a normal move here. Hits this container. That reaches the objective where we will be scoring the items. Screen generator and Robo Rabbit's Foot that are damaged at the end of the mission. So that's our first 6. Don Winslow is moving 4. Try to get him up to here. Grom is also moving 4. We're hard charged in the middle of the table, trying to get within line of sight. Got a lot of obstruction going on with the different objects we have on the table to try to help break up line of sight a bit and make it a little more close combat. And on this side, let's get Evelyn, who moves 5. I'm going to bring her up to base of the stairs. Watts moves 4, and Mac also moves 4. So Watts, we can move here. Mac, and get him out here. Still pretty tough table. Comes down to what can be seen. There's a couple of buildings on each side of the center command building or control building, and so really the battle's going to be happening either on the second level or on the sides, or people jumping over objects and climbing things. Climbing in 5 parsecs is just normal movement. So if you're going up the stairs here, be 4 inches to go up the stairs, and nothing special with that. You could dash at the top, so make it dashing allows 2 more inches when you're in normal turns. So that is it for Seize the Initiative. Now we're going to do the reaction roll. Round 1 reaction roll. 1s and 2s, we need a bunch. We got 3. That's actually not too bad. We've had a lot of good luck with our reaction rolls to start. These are the going in slow mode people. Give our first one out to Grom. He always gets a 1 as a feral. Eli can get a 2. Watts can get a 2. It's always good to get Eli out there moving fast. Watts can take a 2 there. We'll go out to the rest of the team's just going to be moving in the slow actions phase. We'll just put these out here by them as markers. So that is our reaction roll. You've got 5 phases in the 5 parsecs battle, or the rounds. The reaction roll, the quick actions phase, the enemy actions phase, the slow actions phase, and then the end phase. In the end phase, if we happen to down any of the enemy, then they perform any panic or morale checks at the end phase. So we will see how this goes. It's going to be tougher opponents being mercenaries. They've got a lot of firepower, so it's going to be an interesting match. Okay, quick action, starting with Eli. He can move a normal speed of 6, so he can get up here to the top easily. If we dash him, he can get up here in the corner, and that's what we're going to do to start. Put him in a position where he's in cover here in the corner, and he's already within sight of our target building. Again, we need to get within that 2-inch radius. I'm going to consider touching the building all the way around. It'll be 2 inches. If you can get on top of the building, great. On top of this building, it's only a 2-inch leap. If you use the ladder, no other effort. If you're basically pulling yourself up, we'll count an extra inch on that just for a house rule for today. So that is Eli. He's done. Let's move Grom. Grom's going to be moving 4 naturally. And we will see here. That's going to get him out here to the stairs. If we went to the middle of the stairs, then he can go up 1. He could dash up. That'd be 3, another 3 up the stairs. We could dash him to the top of the stairs here. I'm good with that. We'll have him on the top of the stairs there. Puts him in position with the auto rifle, which is 2 shots, where he can start putting some suppressive fire on these mercenaries. Mercenaries, well, one might have a shot from the side there. It's a bit of a distance, so we'll see how that goes. There's also a chance we'll get Grom over here into cover and start putting down some auto fire. All right, Watts, he can move 4, so we'll get him over to the steps in 4. About midway up the stairs on 6, and that'll be his move. That's his dash. All right, that's the end of our quick actions phase. We'll go to the enemy phase. All right, for the enemy phase, if they will advance at least half speed, always retaining cover where possible. They'll cross open ground at full speed. Is the enemy within range? Yes, they'll attack more than likely. If no, they'll advance half speed, always retaining cover when possible, and they'll cross open ground at full speed. And if the enemy is in sight and they have a clear shot and are in cover, they will remain in place and aim. If the enemy is within 12 inches, close to within 12 inches of appointment, then move to outflank and get clear of line of sight. If within one move and if within one move and within higher combat skill, they will enter brawl. Otherwise, they will fire. So you get some interesting rules for the tactical team to try to figure that out as we go. But it looks like right now, if nobody's in sight, they're going to be advance at least half speed to stay in cover. If not, then they'll do a full move, and their movement is 5. 5 for the mercenaries, 5 for the specialists, 6 for the leader. Okay, our first mercenary, shooting a military rifle. These are 24-inch range. So 24-inch range for the table is pretty much easy range for everybody here. We'll give you a quick view of that. So 24 is coming way back over here on this side of the table, so they can easily cover the table. Military rifle, rattle gun, also 24-inch. These two have military rifles. The leader has the handgun, or what is it, a machine pistol. It's only an 8-inch range, so the leader needs to get up close. So 24-inch range, get a slight shot at Grom. Grom's in cover, so this is going to be a 6+ to hit. And since the character is aiming, they'll reroll ones. That's a 2, so that is a miss. And that is the end of that one's turn. I'm going to go ahead and put some markers out here that they've moved. Now we're going to do the rattle gun guy. He has no line of sight. Can move 5. So he'll move half his distance. He's trying to stay in cover. So what we're going to do for him instead is we're going to move him over here. Just about 2.5 inches or so. Both of these do not have any line of sight. So again, they're going to try to move half, stay in cover. Then move this one over here, staying in cover. So that is end of that move. This one's going to move up, stay in cover. End of that move. Then the leader is basically going to hop down from the tower and just stay behind the building here. All right, so that is the the enemy actions phase. Okay, we're going to start with Don. We're going to move him 4 to put him on this side of the container. I think the goal will be, if we were to dash him, we could bring him out here. It's actually not too bad at this phase. Bring him 2 more inches here. Mainly doing that because it gets us in a position where we can move up here and start putting some more fire downrange if needed. And since enemies has moved, should be fairly safe, but famous last words on that one, huh? All right, so Don's moved. Let's move Evelyn, who is a 5. So 5 is going to get her up to the top of the steps. And if we were to dash, that'll get us a 7. That gets us right at the ladder. So we're going to bring up here on the dash. And Mac Bolin, who is shooting the longest range weapon on the table, which is the infantry laser. I'm going to move him here behind this wall so he can try to maintain some covering fire. And that's a full dash, so he won't have a shot after that, but puts us in a good defensive position as the team's moving up. Hopefully we can start taking over this thing. So we've had one here for one turn. That is the end of the slow actions phase. No enemy was within 6 inches. So this will count as one. If we happen to do that in a second turn, we could win this thing, but we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to try to get some action going here. I don't want it to end this quick. I think what I'm going to try to do is make it so our characters get on top of this building. All right. No need for the end phase. Nobody was injured. We had one miss. That's it. On to round 2. Round 2 reaction roll. Oh, that's a good one. 3 1s. How about that? All right. So we'll get one to Grom. We'll get one to Evelyn. We'll also put one for Watts. And actually, I'm going to take this one from Evelyn. We're going to give this one to Don so that we can move him to a safe position. Give Evelyn one of the slow moves. Eli's going to get a slow move. He's in a strong position. Mac Wallen's going to be a slow move. I'm going to kind of think this through a little bit. I'm going to give this one to Mac. Okay, quick actions phase. We're looking at moving Don 2, 3, 4. If we stay here, he is not in cover. There are obstacles in the way. I'm going to go ahead and dash him up. And that puts him in a position here where he's in cover. And next round he can shoot. Okay, now it is Grom's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we can get a shot off from there. Double checking line of sight. Everything's pretty tight. He's also not in range of anybody. So I think we're going to move him up 4. And gonna hop the fence here and stop here. So that's another 1, 2. So that'll be a dash. They say put him in a position that he will be able to shoot next round. He's in cover. He's gonna hopefully not get hit by a lucky shot. Now it's Mac's turn. He has long range. I don't see any direct line of sight right now. So we're going to move. See if we move 4. Will that get us behind the box? 1, 2, 3, 4 it will. So put us in cover. And then that's our move. And from there we don't have a shot on anybody. So we're just going to stay there. That is it for our quick actions phase. Now on to the enemy actions phase. All right, so when the enemy is tactical, if the enemy is in sight, then the check is if they are within range, and these are 24-inch range for most of them. And if that's a yes, and if they have a clear shot and are in cover, they will remain in place and aim shot. Otherwise, they'll do half movement speed or full movement speed if it's over full terrain. So I think we're going to have a couple of shots from this side of the table. Even though it's not a clear shot, it's clear enough that you can get a shot off. It's not in cover. Let me double check that here. All right, so those cool index cards from Board Game Geek are nice. But I'm looking at the book here just to see if I can understand what clear shot means a little bit better. But this is the tactical description for the enemy AI. Tactical enemies will advance at half speed, always retaining cover. Where possible, they will cross open ground at full speed if needed. They will attempt to close within 12 inches of their opponents. Then we'll move to outflank and get clear line of sight when possible. So to me, that sounds like they're always moving forward slowly, not sitting back taking long distance shots at targets that are in cover. They're looking for somebody who they basically have a clear shot at. If within one move and possessing higher combat skill, they will enter brawl. Otherwise, they will fire. So they're not going to get within combat unless they're going to win it. And then if they have a clear shot and are in cover, they will remain in place to aim. Tactical enemies will attempt to remain within 3 inches of a friendly figure whenever possible, which is like a tactical maneuvering in pairs. The tricky part here is if they have a clear shot. So is it clear meaning the enemy's not in cover or they are in cover? And basically you can shoot a flex plus. So I'm going to have to kind of play this by ear as we go. But we're getting on to the enemy phase. Okay, round 2 enemy phase. We're going to start. This mercenary is going to take another shot at Grom, who is within cover, but I think that's her safest bet. Rather than trying to reposition, she's going to fire. And I think what I'll do, just to keep it again tactical, it's going to be a 2-inch or 1 slight move there. She won't be able to aim, but she will be firing at Grom. This is going to be a 6+ because of the range. I'm sorry, it's going to be a 6 needed. And that is a 3. That's a miss. The rattle gun guy, which is her pair, is going to try to stay within range of the partner. And so they can move 5 if he's open terrain. We can see here 5 isn't going to get him too far. It might get him to the stairs right here. He could make it here. Then he starts becoming a lot of trouble. He's got no shots. I think that's effectively what we're going to do. We're going to move him here. Just double checking that. Yep, that's a 5. And then we're using the stairs as cover. The leader has movement of 5. She's going to use, earthquake. Actually, a leader can move 6 with the charge. We're going to bring the leader up here. So it's going to be 6 + 2, 8. Just double checking that. Yeah. So we'll give her a dash. Sorry, not a charge, but a dash. Puts her at the base of the stairs and then gets her in position to come up and start challenging the center. Should make it pretty interesting here. So this one's going to move out to here. This one is going to move to here. Staying in cover. And that will end the the enemy actions phase. It moves us on to the slow actions phase for our team. Round 2, slow actions. We're going to get Evelyn up on top. That's 3, 4, 5. You get her up here and behind the air conditioner. And now she's got a shot at that one, that mercenary. So 5 is her natural movement speed now. And she's shooting a plasma rifle that's 2 shots. We'll consider that a 5+, that the mercenaries in cover. Evelyn has +1 combat. So this is instead of a 5+ hit, this is a 4+ hit. There's 1 hit. And damage roll. The toughness on the mercenaries is a toughness of 4. It's a 1. Eesh. Not great. We're going to push. That's going to put a stun on. That one moves them back away from cover. So that is... It's a good initial hit, but we're going to need 4s. These are, again, tougher opponent to take out than the last couple rounds. But that's pretty good to start. So when you're stunned, you can only move or attack. you can't do, you no longer have 2 actions. So if you move, that's it. If you shoot, that's it. The end of the next round, if you're not hit and stunned again, you can remove the stun marker. And I'm using these as, it says unconscious, but we're using that as a stun marker. All right, so Evelyn's moved. Now on to our next. All right, now we're gonna move Watts, top of the stairs for 2. He can move 4. 4. Let's see if he gets any shots off on anybody here. He doesn't have any angles, so he's gonna stay where he's at and hold his position at that. With that, actually, we're gonna move him over here, lock him in there, and that'll be the end of his turn. Now our final move is Eli. Now we know Eli's carrying a military rifle, 24-inch range. He's got the flat gun if he gets in close. These are 2 tough characters, 3 shots with the rattle gun. She's tough, 2 shots with her machine pistol. And so we're gonna see, I think what we're gonna do is move Eli in a little bit close where he's actually gonna be able to shoot this rattle gun. He can get to 5, he can get to the box. So he's not messing around as usual. And then he's got line of sight down to the leader. The flat gun is 8 inches. This whole marker is 8 inches long. So he's going to take a shot with the flat gun. That's going to be 2 shots. And there are no bonuses for his combat skill. We're within, do we get into 6-inch range? I don't think so. Actually, we are within 6-inch range. So this is a 3+ to hit. This would be painful if we get this off. So 3+, she's not in cover from us that I'm gonna call there. So 3+ to hit, 2 dice. 6 is explode. We only hit with 1. So that's a 5. And then it's a +1 damage on this. So we need a 4. It's a natural 6. The leader's down. Holy moly. Eli takes the leader down with a 6. Big ripping. That's painful early on. Shona Carano is down. All right, Eli, first kill. It's a +1 at the end of the match if we survive this deal. That's the end of our slow actions phase. Now we go on to the end phase. Because we've downed a character, there's going to be a panic roll. There's 1 character down, and they panic on a 1 to 2. So we're only be rolling 1 dice. If there is a 1 or a 2, then the character closest to the edge of the map. These are the boundaries of the map on the side. Pretty much where the mine starts over there and right over here. But right now it looks like it'd be that character who's stunned will be the first one to get off the table. So on a 1 or a 2. There is no panic. Again, these are mercenaries, a bit tougher, but it's the end of the end phase of round 2. We'll go on to round 3. Okay, round 3, reaction roll. Wow, we're hot tonight on the reaction rolls. 2 1s and a 2. Let's go. We're going to give the one out here to Grom. We're going to give Eli the 2 because he can, he has a reaction of 2. And Evelyn actually can also get a 1. We're going to get her shooting early. And right now we've got Mac, Watts, and Don there. So, mentioned before, this is a secure mission, secure the building. If I can get Watts on top of the building, Evelyn's been here for 1 turn. If we get Watts on top of the building for this 2nd turn, and we hold it and we keep them from getting close within 6 inches, then we will win this whole match. So that is our reaction roll. Now on to the quick actions phase. We are going to have Evelyn. She's going to aim shot at the injured mercenary over there. She's still behind cover here. And so we'll get 2 shots. She's shooting a plasma rifle, so that's 2 shots. We re-roll the ones if we get ones. So 3, that's a miss. The 6 is a hit. And so we need a 4. Plus, that's a 3. Plus 1 damage, that's a 4 for the plasma rifles. So the 4 is a kill. We downed that mercenary, which is pretty cool. Evelyn with the 2nd kill. And what else can we do here? Grom's going to take a shot, an aim shot at that one. If I get the camera in the right spot. Who's been shooting at him all day. So it's going to be 2 shots with the auto cannon. Sorry, the auto rifle. No bonus of damage. It's within range. He's in cover, so this is a 5+. He has 1 combat, so this makes it a 4+. He hits with 1. He needs to roll a 4. That's a 6. We've downed another one. Hot with the damage rolls. There we go. 2 down. I'm going to pull these 2 dice out to the side so we know that. For panic roll, if we make it there, that is Grom. Now we've got Eli. Checking if Eli has line of sight. He does on the rattle gun trooper. The rattle gun trooper is in cover, but this is 6 inches. And so let me check the rule on that real quick. So for Eli, if even within 6 inches, he's in cover, that would still be a 6+ to hit with the flat gun. It's 2 rounds. Makes it kind of tough. What I'm thinking about doing is moving Eli here. That puts him in range of 2 shots. So if we move Eli up, then he could take a shot down. Consider that not in cover. Then he's hitting on a 3+. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep him here. We're going to shoot from here. We're going to shoot 2 rounds, 6+ or 6s are needed. If we get 6s, they're exploding. And they are no's. So I'm going to consider that an aim shot. We'll re-roll the 1 as we didn't move. That's a 5. The 5 is not enough to hit. We needed 6s. That's a bummer. And on to the enemy actions phase. All right, the mercenaries in a tough position. There's 2 left. They just lost 2 team members. Leader went down the previous round. Their team members that went down on the other squad. So now, would they be looking to reconnect with each other? That might be a thing. Could move this one over 5. Get in cover. I think this one's also basically going to hunker down and stay in cover. It's an interesting AI set of the movement. I think this is a tough table setup for a tactical squad. Tactically, they'd be coming up and trying to hard charge in, but basically they ran into a buzzsaw with my team, mowing them down. So I think at this point they're trying to not get killed, try to make it out with their whatever they have. So you're going to take a shot at Mac. He's in cover. This will be a 6+. Or I'm sorry, 6 to hit. I keep saying 6+. There's only 6s here. That's a 2, so that's a miss. Okay, so that is the end of the enemy actions phase. Now we go into slow actions phase. Okay, slow actions phase. This is going to win the game for us. We're going to bring Watts up. That's a 2-inch climb. I could get some shots off. Going to hold there. And then Mac is going to take a shot back at that mercenary who shot at him. And he's shooting a infantry laser It's a 6, normally a 6 to hit. Mac has no bonus to combat. This is one shot. That's a 4, and that's a miss. Would have been an aim shot, but didn't really matter. And we're going to go ahead and move Don as best as we can. We're going to try to keep him safe. Don's going to move up here behind the trash can. Stay in cover. Yes, we did a dash, so that takes up his shot. So that is it for our move. And we'll go into end phase, but this is basically winning the match. This will be the end of this turn. Turn 2, we had Evelyn holding center of the field. End of turn 3, we'll be doing the same thing. And they're not within 6 inches, so we'll just see if they basically have a morale check. Here we go. All right, end phase, morale check. They lost 2 team members. These are, they panic on a 1 to 2. Rolling 2 6s. Neither one panics. Again, they're pretty tough. Surprised they didn't bail. I think being mercenaries, they would have like a morale check of almost 5 or 6. Anything below that or within that, they'd bail. So that is the end of the end phase. However, that's also the end of the mission. We've held the center for 2 rounds. It's the end of turn 3. So that means we've secured the objective. We also secured the loot stash that was rolled up as the interesting item. If I look that up here. That was a notable sight at the start of the match. And so the 2 items that we found are the screen generator and a robo rabbit's foot, and both of these are damaged. They're now in our stash. Except, we can try to repair them as we go into the post-battle rolls. So that's it for today. We've won the match. Yes. Quicker round, don't mind that. This will be a shorter video, which is always awesome. We took out 3, which is pretty awesome to see. Not only the flat gun came in up close and personal. Early shooting from Evelyn and the team. Grom, as usual, Grom's always taking people out with that auto rifle. And it doesn't have any bonuses to damage, but he just hits. He hits like a truck with that thing. Watts is always pretty deadly, but he just did his normal thing, helping us out, get the moving going. But this is a pretty fun battle. It's quick. I don't mind that. Easy setup. Another episode down, and we'll be moving on to the post-battle rolls, and we'll go into campaign turn 4 after this. This was pretty fun. See you in the post-battle. All right, welcome back to the post-battle rolls from episode 4. This is campaign turn 3. We're adding a lot more here at the end of the turn. I think we're almost doing everything. Maybe a couple things we'll be missing here, but let's check it out. So again, that was episode 4, campaign turn 3. That was, we landed on a new planet, so we did choose to travel. We did that for free. We did a starship travel event, which gave us some extra XP. New world arrival steps we performed, the ones that they allowed us to, which is we're not paying any travel costs, and upkeep and ship repairs, we did that. We are now at a current debt of 25 for the ship. We paid 10 plus 1 for the turn, so not too bad of a payoff with everything we've been building up. That left us with 13 credits at the time. During pre-battle rolls, when we did our tasks, exploration, we met a trader where we could sell. We actually sold a damaged frag vest that we found from the previous loot from last mission. Sold that for 5 credits. So that was a huge score. So that got us back up to 18 credits. I believe we also got a +1 story point, either for the last mission or one of the things we rolled up during the pre-battle rolls. So we've got 11 story points now. We've got 1 rumor. Our initial roll-up of this team back in late December as we were getting ready to try to figure out how to play all this. We have 3 patrons they're moving with us. So I think what we're going to be doing on this next episode, the next mission, campaign turn 4, we're going to be bringing the Patreons into effect and using them for the missions as we go. And there's one rival. Our role, there's no rivals at play yet. So we'll see when that comes into effect. That also may happen here shortly. We might have some mercenaries pissed off at us. One thing I thought about was we could have continued the rounds last night instead of ending at round 3. We could have continued on and then challenged the mercenaries to either completely wipe them off the field. Didn't think about that. So just from a perspective of speed and just learning the game, we're just considering it a trade-off. Effectively held the field. Upkeep ship repairs, we did that. We assigned and resolved the crew tasks. We did all of that fun stuff. And I'll do again a quick breakdown of what happened during that. We sent Watts out for a repair, or we did a repair. He was successful. He fixed one of the vests. We had 2 vests. We sent Evelyn out to trade. She traded the bad vest. That gave us the 5 credits. Grom and Matt trained. That gave both of them an XP. And then Don went to explore, and he found a merchant. That's where we were able to purchase the plasma rifle, which was a huge score. So that gave us a plasma rifle, which we gave to Don. He didn't get a chance to use it during this last mission. And looking at that was the post-battle rolls from previous round. Sorry, pre-battle rolls of this round. A lot to keep up with, but it's actually pretty fun. It does seem like a lot of paperwork and things, but you know, it's part of the hobby. I think that's one of the things that attracts me to this game is it's got some cool depth to it. Tangible for very little cost up front. The book, whatever miniatures you have, you can just have, you know, scratch built terrain or whatever you want to do to put this together. You can have a really, really fun campaign or a series of campaigns, whether it's solo or even if you had friends playing. There's a lot of story to this, which is really cool. Okay. So on to the battle. There were no conditions. We did roll for a notable sight. That gave us, the roll on that was 2 special loot items. And then that was a loot cache. And we had some really cool rolls. With that, we ended up rolling up a screen generator and a robo rabbit's foot. Both are damaged. So that's kind of cool. We'll see how those, whether we can repair those. We've got Don, who has 1 savvy. Watts has 2 savvy. You use savvy when you're doing repairs. So we'll have Watts try to repair 1. And then we'll have Don also try to repair 1 this round. More than likely, Don's pretty close to leveling, so we'll have to think that through. We're going to get some points here for XP. And then what else? No unique individuals. We rolled for Seize the Initiative at a -1, but we actually rolled a 10. We already had +1 from Watts. Instead of the +2, we got the minus, so that was 11. So we easily got Seize the Initiative, which was cool. That also helped with us advance the table quicker. You get 1 free move. And then from that into turn 1, having a secure mission, everything kind of worked together. The loot cache being where it was, which was here. I can get that on the camera. We had a lucky roll. The way it rolls is 2 dice 6 plus 2 from the center of the table, and then you roll a dice 10, whichever way it points. Like it almost pointed that way again from the center of the table. It actually worked out to right on the corner of this container. And within the first round on the free move, Eli was there, so we had picked our loot. So now we're going to do after battle. We're going to get paid. Getting paid is going to be a 6 dice. Let's go. It's a 2, so not the best roll we've had, but we get +2. Gets us up to 20 credits. So not a lot of pay for that mission. It would have been better to have better cash on that, but not too bad. Battlefield finds only if you held the field. I'm going to consider this holding the field. And so we're going to page 120. Battlefield finds. If you held the field after the battle, you had an opportunity afterwards to search the battlefield for anything worth collecting. And you can't just get something off of the enemy. The way that the canon goes, the story is that the enemy pulls their dead off the map or takes them away with them. So we're going to roll dice 100 on the table below. This is the Battlefield Finds table. And let's see what we get. It's a 23. And that's going to be usable goods. Roll on the consumable table in the loot chapter of the rules. You receive 1 dosage of the item indicated. So consumable subtable, booster pills, combat serum, Kiranin crystals, rage out, still, and stim pack. Let's see what we get. 88 is a stim pack. All right, so that's our battlefield finds. And then on to gather loot, page 121. So gather loot, roll once on the loot table to see what you've earned. Some circumstances may offer additional rolls. If you just finished the final stage of a quest, roll 3 times. We did not do that, so we're just doing a single roll here. It's a 12 on the loot table. All right, so 12 on the loot table. That's going to get us a weapon. So now we'll go to the weapon subcategory and see what type of weapon. It's a 39. That's an energy weapon. That's kind of cool. That could be awesome. Energy weapon, hand laser, beam pistol, infantry laser, blast pistol, blast rifle, and hyper blaster. It's a 68. Hopefully it's coming through with the light. 68 is a blast pistol. We'll take it. I'll buy that for 1 cred. It's not too bad. I don't know how powerful it is. We'll look it up in a bit. We have blast pistol, and now on to the next item in post-battle. Determine injuries and recovery. Nobody was hit. There's no injuries, so we're going to bypass that. Experience and character upgrades, page 123. Became a casualty? No. Survived but did not win. Survived and won. Everybody gets a 3, so 3 XP for all. And our first kill was going to be, is that written down here? Eli with the first kill. He's going to need a +1. Evelyn had the second. Grom had the third. So we've got survived in 1 +3. First character to inflict casualty, that was Eli. No uniques. Campaigns uneasy, no. Crew completed the final stage of the quest, no. So we're good at that point. The normal 3 XP. So this is going to work out pretty nice. This is going to get Mac up to 5. Do some quick, dirty stuff here. Evelyn has 8. She's going to be able to level up here. Don gets up to 7. He's looking at leveling up as well. Eli's got 4. That gets him up to 9. He's leveling up again. Crazy stats coming up for Eli. And then Grom is going to get 3. That gets him to a total of 4. Not too bad. And we'll be looking at the table now for the upgrades. So that's experience and character upgrades 123. So we gave the bonuses there. If a character has enough experience points, you may spend XP at this point to acquire a character upgrade. An increase to a character's ability goes up 1. So there are maximums for each of the attributes. Reactions, maximum is 6. So no one's close to that. We have a few at the 2. Everybody else is a default 1. Combat skill, the maximum is +5. These are the 2 most expensive to level up. They do take 7 XP. A combat skill, we've got a few people that have a bump to it, and then the others haven't bumped up. That's not a bad one. It's giving you +1 to hit. The more, or whatever point you have, if we get up to 2, is +2 to hit. So you take a 6, make it a 5 or 4. Speed is movement. We saw the benefit with Eli. That was his last upgrade. And we've seen it with Evelyn. So that's one to think about. We did raise the toughness of 3 of our key members here. We went from a 3 to a 4 within the last mission or so. And that's also a critical piece outside of Eli. And for Don, Watts, our robot. He's a hulker. He's got like a ridiculously high toughness. And he's at max toughness. We can't raise that anymore. It only goes up to 6. But getting above 3 can make it, if as we're getting hit, just to survive and make it through, go into stuns and not just be dropped immediately. So I think that's a huge thing of what I've seen in other playthroughs. Savvy is helping us repair things, do some other things within the game. It's not apparently huge in the beginning, but Savvy can be a nice thing. You know, we might look into Don Winslow for that, being more of a repair person, along with the Watts. So if either one's down, they can do things. Also having +2 savvy on the seize the initiative or more, that can help us seize the initiative, and that came into huge impact in this mission where we got that. We got the seize. We could move first, and we advanced the table to hold that secure objective. Luck, the only member of our crew that has luck is our captain. Every time you start a crew in 5 parsecs, your captain will always have 1 luck. Humans have the ability to go up to 3 luck. Aliens, I believe Strange Hulker, and then robots don't get luck. They cannot, at least these guys can't go past 1, and I don't believe robots can ever have luck. So we could add some luck to our characters. Among other things, I think the main thing I know of luck is that if you die, you can use it to not die, which is always a good thing. So we'll see how well that can factor in. But there's some benefits I think we need more in toughness. Reaction roll could be used, bumping up reaction roll, which can max out at 6. Being able to take a 1, be able to be one of the 2s, or maybe even a 3. We're talking Eli and Grom. They're in the range of making it 3 reaction roll. So when we do that reaction roll every round, being able to move that fast with his speed and his damage up close, and Grom with the auto rifle, that came into play here in this mission, and this could be a very potent upgrade for both of these. And so those are the ability increases. We talked through it a lot. So let's start with Mac. He's got 5 XP. He could change his speed. He can up his savvy, or we can wait. He needs 6 points to get his toughness up. He's at toughness 4, so we're actually pretty good there. Combat skill is what we're going to be holding out for. So we're going to hold on to that 5 XP. We're going to continue leveling him up. We don't need speed as much right now. And savvy is not as critical right now that I'm aware of. Evelyn with 8. I'm trying to think through her character makeup. She is like a spoiled rich kid looking for adventure. So we're going to skip. Actually, we're going to raise her reaction score to 2. So she's going to gamble. She's going to be a deadly gambler. So went from 8 points minus 7. So it puts her at 1. And then this is going to be a 2. Don Winslow with his 7. We want to raise his combat skill. He already has toughness bumped up. We might even bump his reactions too. There's only so many 1s and 2s to go around. Let's bump his combat skill up. We're going to blow out his 7 points. He's got 0. He's going to get a combat of 1. And so that'll make him +1 to hit with the plasma rifle, just like Evelyn is, just like Watts. And just like Grom with his auto rifle. So I'm happy with that. So more offensive, tougher, fast offensive, fast everything. Fast. He's got toughness. He can hit. He's moving quick. Eli's crazy fast. We learned that from when he's shooting at distance, or when he's shooting, he does not gain the combat bonus. This only applies to a Hulker when they're in melee combat. What we were able to do was move him so fast up the table. I got within 6 inches and used the flat gun, which was an 8-inch range. So we shot on 3s naturally and blasted the leader with we hit, and then we hit with 6 damage after that and blasted out the leader. So as I talked that through, Eli's got some interesting things we can do, like putting him at a 3 reaction. Could be crazy good. I could bump this up so he would get a +1. His blade is +2. That's right now +3 when we go into melee combat. We could make it a +4. But from one of our very first mission, if you look at episode 1 where we were fighting the gangers, Eli got into melee combat twice with the dude, and the dude natural 6 rolled him. So no matter what Eli did with his strength, the guy automatically hits with the natural 6 and won the melee and kept knocking Eli back. And so I'm a little hesitant to load up melee combat. So what I think we're going to do is, we got speed and reaction. Speed is only 5 points. We can get up to 8 inches. We can make him a 7, which is crazy fast. We're going to bump reactions and see what that does for Eli. If we can pull 3s into Eli and move him up the table fast with the flat gun and blades, and he's just all up in someone's grill ready to throw down, this could be crazy. So we're going to take 7 points. That leaves him with 2. And this is going to now be a 3 reaction score. Grom is at a 4. There's nothing we can level up with the 4. Watts, the only way to level up your bot is by spending credits, the equivalent point score in credits. So if we wanted to make them tougher from a toughness perspective, we'd have to spend 6 credits right now. That would make them 5 toughness. Or savvy, we would spend 5 credits. That would give them +1 savvy. Speed, 5 credits. That would make him a 5. That's actually not too bad. He's pretty strong right off the bat. I think we're going to sit right where we are with him. 1 more round. He's got a good balance for us, and he's been very successful for what he does for the team. So I think we're good with leveling up. So we've got +2 reactions for Evelyn, down to 1 XP. Max sticking with his 5. Don Winslow used his 7 points and upped his combat, +1 combat, +1 to hit. Eli used 7 of his XP. His reactions are now at a 3. We can put a little 3 there so I realize what that is. That scribble is. Grom's going to stick with his 4. He's leveled up a few times. He's had some really good luck. He's pretty solid, and then we'll stick Watts where he's at. So there we've completed the experience and character upgrades. Now we're going to purchase items on page 125. Get a chance to purchase. You may pay 3 credits to receive a roll on the military weapons table, the gear table, or the gadget table on 28 and 29. You may purchase more than 1 roll per campaign turn. You may purchase any number of handguns, blades, colony rifles, shotguns, 1 credit each. You may sell up to 3 undamaged items for 1 credit each. So we have 2 military rifles, 1 hunting rifle, which is a heavy weapon, and 1 shotgun. Could probably sell a military rifle for a credit, but seems a bit of a waste for something that's decent. Colony rifles are the bottom barrel of the rifles. That's why they're listed here as basically cheap items to purchase. Handguns, blades, colony rifles, and shotguns. Shotgun there as well. I still may dish out the shotgun or hand it out to one of the team members for more close combat. Now that I'm learning a bit more, pretty sure you can carry 3 weapons. There's 3 slots here, but I may be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments. And we are going to pay 3. So that's going to burn up the 2 credits we got, drop us 1 more down to 17. I'm going to roll on the gadget table. That's a 46. That gets us a jump belt. Sounds cool. Roll for campaign event, number 125. This is where it starts getting fun. So we'll roll a D100 on the campaign event table and apply a result immediately. In some cases, an event may seem not to make any sense. If so, adjust or ignore it as necessary. So you know why I rolled a 2? I didn't blow on the dice. I just realized that. Ivan's going to hex me on that one. Cheers. So let's roll for the campaign event here. Bring the book over so you guys can see that. It's a 40. Campaign event 40 is an admirer wants to come along. Gain a new crew member. If desired, they have only the base profile with no extra rolls and bring no equipment. If your crew has any feral members, the new member is also feral. Wow, I do have a feral, that's Grom. So we're going to get a new feral crew member. That's kind of cool in that we have openings. It's going to cost us some extra credits as we go into the rounds. But that's part of running a starship, add on some new crew and see how it goes. So we'll add on a new feral. And then feral, and just so you guys know, ferals are humanoid animal hybrids typically patterned on Earth predators, such as wolves or large cats. Originally engineered for military purposes, they are considered an independent species in unified space. They start with the reaction roll of 1, a speed of 4, combat skill +0, toughness 3, and savvy 0. And feral takes part in battle. All enemy imposed penalties to seize the initiative rolls are ignored. Didn't realize that, so I probably could have reduced or gotten rid of the -1, but that's fine. When making a reaction roll, the 1s go to the ferals. We know that with Grom. We've been doing that since the beginning, so that's kind of cool. We do some quick background rolls. If I'm doing this right, if not, we'll come back and redo it again. But a background of 83. It's going to be comfortable megacity class, 1 dice 6 credits. It's actually not bad of a score to bring on a new person. We're going to blow on the dice this time. Let's see if that gives us more money. That's not. All right, you're out of here. That's a 1, so it gets us up to 18 credits. Back to where we started. And let's see. Motivation table. It's a 41. Truth. And truth gives us 1 rumor and 1 story point. So that gets us to 2. This gets us up to 12 story points. And then the class table. That is a 3. Working class. 1 savvy and 1 luck. Nice. Now with Grom, we had some really successful rolls on his startup. With this one, no bonus gear or anything like that, but a savvy bump, a luck bump, an extra story point, and we got 1 credit, which kind of sucks, but okay, so we got our extra character there. That's the campaign event. Now we go character event on page 126. So character event. We're going to select a random non-bot, non-soulless character and roll a D100 on the character event table. So that's how we did last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watts is the 6. He doesn't count. I'm not counting this one right now. Well, maybe we should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be 6. And a 4. Eli. What does he get? So we go on the character event table. Character event table for Eli. Uh-oh. $88. They don't make them like they used to. A random item carried by the character is damaged and must be repaired before it can be used again. Engineers are not affected by this event. So, a random item carried. This could suck. Military rifle, blade, flat gun, and the frag vest, which we keep getting those things damaged. How do we want to do this? A dice 4, 1 through 4? Let's do it. So nothing super expensive on it. We can replace the rifle. The blade would suck. We can replace the flat gun with the shotgun. And then the frag vest. We'll probably start getting grenades thrown at us, right? All right, so let's do 1 through 4, top to bottom. Let's see how this goes. 2, the blade. The blade is now damaged. Bummer. But not the end of the world. We're going to basically find something else. We'll hand over one of the pistols probably. We've got a hand laser. We've got a scrap pistol that we'll hand over to him. And when he gets into melee, that gives you a +1 bump. A blade is pretty nice. It gives you +2. And, you know, if we get a chance at trading and purchase another blade before the next mission, we'll do that. All right, so the character event, kind of a bummer, but that's how it goes. And that is it. Character event's done. Campaign event's done. Mission 3 is a wrap. Or campaign turn 3, episode 4. Awesome. Very fun. Some interesting things are going on. We've got a new crew member. We're going to need to get a name for this character. We need to get a miniature going. They're going to backfill for a while, be hanging out in the ship, as the core crew is just rocking and rolling. But in case somebody gets injured, we want to send somebody in and something happens, and we have another team member who can step in. Campaign turn 4, which is going to be our episode 5. Doing odd jobs for the locals isn't really cutting it any longer. It's time to start getting in with the power brokers of fringe space. This is going to add in patrons, I believe. So before the battle, you'll remain on the world you are currently on. Complete the following campaign steps. We're going to upkeep the ship, assign and resolve crew tasks, determine job offers. That's where we get the patrons involved, and we have 3 of them. Assign equipment, resolve any rumors. We have 1 rumor. What else? That's everything going into that. And then for the battle, we're going to be rolling it up, I believe. So this campaign turn, you're going to roll up the mission. So we'll actually record all of this in the next episode. It'll be a pre-battle mission similar to what you're seeing here, maybe a little bit easier to view. We'll roll up what we're going to be fighting. You can see everything happen with the repairs and the crew tasks, all that fun stuff. And we'll get ready for mission for episode 5, campaign turn 4, 5 parsecs from home. We held the field. We secured the thing. Got the loot cache. We got things to repair. We've got a Robo Rabbit's Foot, which sounds really cool. We also have a screen generator. We've got some other neat things that we just picked up. We've got a jump belt, as long as it doesn't fly us into the zero gravity zone. That'll be cool. And we've got a new crew member to get prepared. So awesome. So we'll be rolling it up pretty soon. That way we can figure out who we're fighting, how we set up the table. It's another mission of 5 parsecs from home. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Bonus points, my fantasy football team is winning. Gonna be in a tie for first for a while with another 10 other teams, but who cares? We're winning. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you in the next episode. Cheers and right on.